Hey, what's going on? It's Tony T, and this is DropHouse. First and foremost, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy 2011. If you didn't check out my Happy New Year message or my thank you message from 12/31/10, please do so. If this is your first video that you're watching, I invite you to go backwards and check out some of our previous videos, give you an idea of what I do here at DropHouse and who I am, and kind of a little bit of background on what it is that I do. I like to bring you the inner workings of my studio, my voiceover studio, my production studio. Now, I'm kind of psyched. I wanted to get this to you right away. I know the studio is a little bit messy. We literally just finished recording Rockstar Podcast, episode 006. Now, if you're not familiar with Rockstar Podcast, I invite you to check it out, rockstarpodcast.com. It's also available on iTunes. Just look up Rockstar, one word, podcast. It is a podcast that we direct directly towards the small business owner. So if you're a subscriber of my YouTube channel, whether you've used us before, DropHouse, whether you've used my voiceover services before, you're in nightlife, you're a DJ, all of you I know have a common thread. I think you'd really appreciate it and probably get a lot out of it. It is rockstarpodcast.com. And it's spearheaded by Lorenzo Aranio of Screaming Lunatic Media, and it's partnered by Mariano DeFabio of Avaliant, and of course me, Tony T. Neto of DropHouse.com and DJTonyT.com. Now, I'm not here to promote Rockstar Podcast, although I think you'd get a lot out of it, and you should check it out. I'm actually here to share how we put this all together today. Now, normally there are only 3 of us. It's fairly informal. We do this monthly. It's a pretty informal gathering, and we just press record. And most of the times, if we need to edit something or take something over, it's no big deal because this is what we do. It's our podcast. Today we actually had a panel. Now, we were scheduled to have 6 people. We actually ended up with 5 people. So I had to, as the producer of the show, make sure that we had all 5 microphones plugged into the board, directly into the software, running absolutely pristinely with no issues, no glitches, no takeovers, no do-overs. We have to get everything on one take. So I'm going to walk you through what I set up. Hopefully you'll learn something from it. If you have to bring in a couple of the guys into your studio or have to record yourself doing a podcast, maybe you don't know where to start or how to do it. Now, granted, a lot of the stuff I have in here is big. It's a high-end, and it's way more than what you need, but the concept is the same, so hopefully you'll learn a little something from it. Everything is snaked to the one end of the table. I do that purposely so that wires don't get in the way, people don't have to step over wires. The wires are either running underneath the table or on top of the table, very neatly taped down. Next, we create a snake that runs directly into the mixer board. Now, at the mixer station, everything is brought in, obviously, into the preamps, into the mixer. I went ahead and labeled everybody's microphone just for the sake of sanity and making sure that I can keep track of everyone's microphone if I needed to make a quick adjustment. Each one of these microphones is on a separate channel, and each one of these microphones is also being fed into the sound card going into the computer. 5 speakers, 5 microphones, 5 channels. That gives you complete control over what you can do to each individual channel. Now, everything will still come out of the same bus. You can still master appropriately, but that gives you complete control. So if you are recording a couple of different guys in your studio for one reason or another, you're putting together a podcast, that is the optimal way to do it. And that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I do my best to bring you a little bit of insider info, so if you're not familiar with some of this stuff, maybe you're enlightened by some of the things that I bring to you. What I think is common knowledge sometimes isn't. If you have any suggestions for future topics or any suggestions on any of the stuff I've brought to you, any comments, you're welcome to comment in the comment field or send me an email at tee@drophouse.com. I want to thank Mark with MDP Systems, who brought a lot to the table as far as tech stuff is concerned. A lot of what he does is really, really great stuff. I want to thank Jason Janai with Sound Connect DJ. You can check him out on twitter.com/SoundConnectDJ and of course at soundconnectdj.com. on the World Wide Web. He's got so much insider info. If you're in entertainment, if you're in the entertainment field, you need to look up Jason Jedi and Sound Connection. And I want to thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and hopefully you get something out of it. I'll see you next time on the DropHouse channel.